I think Gen Z is, and without question, the smartest people around. But most importantly, I would say that they're extremely conscious about the society they live in, about the world, and really want to make a difference. Their choices are extremely different from, the previous generations. And I mean, look at their food choices, look at their health choices. I think it's a very big change we are seeing. It reflects in the kind of, choice of automotive also.
Yeah.
Sustainability is a big part of their lives. And we all know that EVs are the only truly sustainable mode of transportation for the future,
Yeah, true.
Electric vehicles powered by green energy is zero emission.
Yeah.
And we need to have zero emission in mobility for carbon free future. And Gen Zs know that. And so definitely EVs are seen as sustainable mobility, but also the tech that comes with EVs. EVs, I mean, it's a popular notion that they are software on wheels, but they are much more than that. You make that entire journey much more productive, and a productive, the car suddenly becomes not a source of mobility but a productive gadget.
Yeah.
And Gen Zs love it. So for them it ticks all the boxes, and I think the more the Gen Z comes into the market to buy cars, the EV adoption will rapidly accelerate. I think yes, concerns are there for a long time. I would say initially the concerns were about safety of the cars. Is it thermally stable?
Yeah.
Will I be able to drive long distances? Where can I charge my car?
Yeah.
Those concerns, I would say, remain. But the only thing is, what's important is there are a lot of people who have already got into EVs. For them, the concerns have, vanished.
Yeah.
That's why the community, EV community, is the biggest. I would say, are the biggest brand ambassadors for conversion to, electric mobility. So we use current owners a lot in terms of educating new customers on how these, concerns are not really a big deal. We have an example where, customers, once they buy an EV, this thing of range anxiety completely goes away, because it's like a phone,
Yeah.
I mean, you know exactly what charge is there and you know when to charge it.
Yeah.
Second is availability of chargers. I think chargers are more than grown 10 times in the last 2 years.
Okay.
Every day more and more CPOs, as we call them, charge point operators, are growing, both from the startup space but also from the oil marketing company space.
Okay.
EV manufacturers are getting into charging. Recently we announced that Tata EV chargers will come across the country, mega charge points, etc. So both in highways, in key points, as well as within cities, you will see a lot of chargers coming up. So each of these question marks, that, like you said, or myths, whether it is about safety, about charging,
Yeah.
Ability to drive long distances, all of them are being systematically addressed. And I mean, it is never a perfect technology. I keep telling that even today we complain about mobile phone, network strength, right?
Of
There's
course.
even after 25 years of having mobiles in the
True.
country. So we'll never have a perfect situation in terms of charging infrastructure, but that discomfort will completely vanish. See, first thing is the interest around EVs is very high. If you look at Google search trends, if you look at number of people visiting our websites, it is growing dramatically and the volume is huge. While EV penetration is less than 2% in terms of actual sales, number of people interested in EVs are close to 25% of people searching for automotive.
Okay.
So that is the potential. I think many of the people are in a wait and watch mode. So our job as automotive marketeers is actually speak to the 25% of people who are interested in EVs.
Yeah.
And it's a matter of time before many of them actually convert and buy EVs.
Okay.
They're waiting for the right time or the right opportunity or the right, period in their life, or the right product where they see a good fit between their needs and the pricing.
Yeah.
But I would really say that the coming years are the big change years and disruptive years in India's EV adoption. You talked about 2% penetration.
Yeah.
I anticipate the next financial year it will move to 4 to 5%.
Okay.
And after that, India is famous for this hockey stick growth,
Yeah.
Once any technology achieves 5%, it's going to really catch fire.
Yeah.
So I think it'll go very strong. I will here not talk about EV alone, but also EV and overall Tata Motors. See, we have been among the largest spenders. We have always believed that as a brand we need to, be making statements out there. Anything associated with Tata has got an emotional connect with Indian consumers.
True.
And so we have to cater to that, whether it is our safety campaigns earlier or the work done during COVID, our continuous presence in IPL as well. So we are among the biggest spenders, and we continue to be big spenders across, both the new age digital media as well as traditional media like print and TV and radio and even cinema, and outdoors, of course.
Makes sense.
So we are one of those companies which are really spread out in terms of media choices, and we'll continue to do that. I don't want to comment about a competitor more. It definitely caught good eyeballs.
Yeah.
But a 10-minute test drive probably makes more sense than delivering a car in 10 minutes, because we know that there's a lot of documentation, loan application, registration, all that happens. Probably the handover is 10 minutes. But if a consumer wants to test drive a car, sitting at home, he sees an ad, says that, okay, this looks interesting, can I drive it now? I have half an hour. Then it makes sense. So probably kudos to the company to have opened out this opportunity, but probably the actual use case might be different.